I've always loved work, whether it was outside or inside or...
Not just because it keeps you busy, because there's some beauty in it, there's a mastery in it.
I think that work is a gift from God.
Speak on that.
Yeah,
because most people think it's a chore.
Yeah, when I hear people talk about the job, I've seen the 4-hour work week and the idea that you won't work for anyone, that you can't have a job. It just kills me.
You don't like the 4-hour work week concept because it tries to engineer you out of doing something.
It's disgusting to me.
Explain.
It is like, it's disgusting that anybody would want to outsource everything. I got 168 hours in a week. I think that's what it is. I don't know exactly what the number is, but dude, I want to use them all, man.
And you want to get your hands dirty and do things that don't scale and
totally. I want
do things you don't want to do.
Absolutely, I want to do things I don't want to do. I hear guys say, "I don't do stuff I don't want to do." Fucking do. Who are you? Like, who's taking care of you then? How arrogant that you wouldn't do something you don't want to do.
And nobody successful does things they only want to do.
I do shit I don't want to do every day. We drove over here 45 minutes. I don't want to fucking sit in the back of the car. I don't care how nice the car is. Who wants to sit in traffic for 45 minutes? I do stuff constantly I don't want to do. Doesn't matter what I want to do. You know, what's my purpose? What's my potential? And am I willing to work toward that? So an idea that I would work 4 hours, no, well, that's just not real for me. Like, I would not read the book. If you told me, hey man, I got this opportunity for you to work part-time, I have zero interest. I want to be great at what I'm doing. And I know without reading any book, I have to dedicate time and energy, effort, and I have to hit. I have to be frequent. You know, I've never gotten good at anything. It's been a lot of work for me. So everything for me, whether I'm that little uncoordinated kid, it's taken a lot. You know, it's taken me 30 years to find any kind of success or any sense of, okay, I'm starting to find myself. You know, probably 2,000 or 3,000 speaking engagements before I felt like I was comfortable on stage. 3 businesses that were freaking jamming before I said, you know, you might actually be a legitimate businessman. You know, now we're at 7 businesses. We'll do probably 150 million bucks this year. I'll hit $1 billion in real estate probably before the year's over. I'm just starting to feel like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna make it. You know?
By going into all the things you felt insecure at, the things you were not good at, the things you didn't even like to do. Dude, that's been your modus operandi for the last 30 years.
Totally. So like sales, you know, hated sales.
People will be shocked to hear you say that.
Hated it. I was in 5 sales jobs, was a disaster at all of them. Absolutely hated it.
But you're the master of sales.
I am. I embrace the things I hate.
Why were you bad at it? Why did you hate it?
I didn't know, well, I was bad at it because nobody teaches anybody how to be good at sales. You know, so I didn't know how to communicate to people, didn't know how to shake a hand, didn't know how to build rapport. I'm honest enough that I'm not going to lie to people. So the stuff I was being taught to do, I didn't like. You know, they ask a question, you ask them a question. Slimy, dude. You know, I have enough integrity and ethics that when you tell me, okay, we're not manipulating, but don't answer their question. I'm like, well, dude, that is manipulation. And that's why I think a lot of people don't like sales, because of what's been taught for 100 years.
So the blueprint's outdated. You got there and you're like...
It was always wrong.
Okay.
It was wrong, and I believe it's why salespeople have such a high turnover, why so few people want to be called salespeople. I mean, you go through Harrods down there, you can't find a salesperson in the whole joint.
You think salespeople are ostracized in America?
Oh, dude, it's
terrible
here. It's terrible here.
I mean, really?
We've had books where Sell or Be Sold, we had to change some of the language in the book for it to be in bookshelves here. So like the word pressure can't be in there, persistence can't be in there. Like there's things laws you guys actually have here that like...
Go to Europe, it gets one step worse. You know, because it's this whole I'm ashamed of money and I don't want to talk, you know, we can talk about that too. But so the sales blueprint, you get in, they give it to you, it's not working for you, it doesn't make sense for you. And you're like, I gotta make my own.
Well, what happened was I was in a sales job. I got a college degree in accounting, and
Because you thought it would teach you about money and it didn't.
yeah, so I end up in this sales job. It's the only job I could get, and so I hate it, right? So I go to the treatment center. I come back out of the treatment center. I threw myself into it because it's the only thing I had. I still had so little self-esteem that there was no way I was going to go try to get another job.
Yeah.
Right? And I was terrified of using drugs again. So I'm like, I went back, the place where I was working, they took me back, and I threw myself into it. And it's interesting, when you commit to something, little gifts just start automatically showing up. It's a phenomenal thing. It's happened my whole career. When I fully commit, somebody will bring me something.
And there's resistance along the way and problems along the way, but if you get through those things.
Dude, if you just like super commit,
Okay.
and then keep your eyes open. And by the way, the package may come wrapped in a package you weren't thinking about,
Hard work.
or like a voice, or like a person, or maybe from a different direction than you thought, or an offering where you're like, you read something about this and that's not the thing. Like all throughout my career, it's come in weird kind of ways.